Hey, Mitchell J, the Scaredy Cat Guide, with some more crypto videos for you. Bitcoin back on track. So let's quickly review what we talked about yesterday. Um, After essentially pushing higher and getting above this prior top, we got a nice little sell-off. And I talked about this prior consolidation and how we needed to hold this. Otherwise, there was a chance that we were going back, to the mid to low eights. We indeed did close above these levels. We held essentially that price of 8,700. So we closed above 8,800 yesterday and the day before. Um, and obviously we pushed higher and closed back above this high. So long story short, we are in a position now where we have upside potential again to make a run at the high nines and 10K. So that's really the point of it. So we got a little sell off after this push, held this last consolidation, which is positive. We therefore not making a new low. We keep having, higher lows and we maintain this. So really there's just a big range of noise. So bottom line is upside, obviously, we want to go after these tops we just made, but essentially you're looking at high nines and then ultimately like 10 if we're going to push above and get back to that psychological number of 10,000. Same thing with the downside. We still want to maintain and stay above essentially 8,700. Otherwise, again, get down into the low eights. And that's pretty much the deal. So, I mean, Bitcoin's pretty much, back on track in terms of having a shot at getting to 10K. And as usual, know your price points. They really haven't changed much, except for, now the upside opportunity is more prevalent than it was on yesterday's candle. So that's good. We will quickly look at some others. See what Ethereum's doing. All right, cool. So last video we talked about how essentially, it poked through and ended up failing at the prior support slash resistance. So essentially 680 still acting as a resistance and, getting a little bounce off that 1 day big pullback. So we'll see if we can push through this or if 680 is going to continue to act as a resistance point and essentially a ceiling on Ethereum. If it does, then, this big range, we got a lot of downside, but ideally, we're getting a lot of price action at this point. I mean, we had the short consolidation, we had these, intraday lows, so 600 seems to be a level. We'll see if that is the downside, if we get back, if we were to pull back, if we hold that again or not. Otherwise, you're looking at essentially probably like 500 is the next real support level in terms of, where we got consolidation and a little bounce in terms of like, holding a specific level. So again, upside, we're just fighting with this 680. We need to get above that and try and get up, towards like 720 and clear this and clear all this noise here. So that's the upside price target. Obviously, watch your downside. See what Litecoin's doing. Again, kind of a bunch of noise. It's been fighting with the 200-day moving average. Failed, got above, failed. We didn't quite get to this prior top. So the good part is, you see a lot of consolidation here. It seems to be maintaining 145. So as long as we keep closing above 145, that's cool. I don't care if we consolidate in this 15-point range and then, hopefully make a move and make a run to get up, past this prior top and maybe get up towards like 190. So, not horrible price action, to be honest with you. Not feeling bearish. Not saying I'm super bullish either, but the price action is constructive, and that's what we want to see. So all good. There is one thing I want to talk about, and that is a piece of news that could potentially put some selling pressure on the market. There's no guarantee though, but good old Mt. Gox is coming back to haunt us again. So essentially, the trustee for the Mt. Gox debacle, so to speak, if you're not aware of that, Mt. Gox was like one of the biggest crypto exchanges early on, got hacked huge, all sorts of damages in terms of people losing coin. And basically, a trustee was appointed. There's a crap ton of Bitcoin that is going to be used to essentially make customers whole again. So the news is that 16,000 Bitcoin and 16,000 Bitcoin Cash were moved out of a cold wallet that are associated with the Mt. Gox and the Mt. Gox trustee. So now the concern is, all right, were those moved out of cold storage because essentially he's going to do another round of selling? And if so, is that going to put a crap ton of pressure on Bitcoin? Because that was what a lot of people attributed to the selling pressure in, I think it was December, January. In fact, it's actually, I believe, in the article they talk about it. Yeah, so yeah, December through February because they've sold 400 million worth of Bitcoin, and a lot of people attributed that to the selling pressure in Bitcoin. So that could be the case. I mean, the bottom line is, if you look at it the same as you would like stocks, institutional buyers and sellers essentially are what move the market, like that inherent constant selling or buying pressure. That's what supports or holds a stock, or in this case, obviously a crypto down. So if the Mt. Gox trustee is in essence going to sell 16,000 Bitcoin, that would put a big weight of supply on the market and would weigh on Bitcoin. Can the market eat it up? Maybe as it matures more and more, that's possible. But the bottom line is, if I know there's a big seller out there, that's going to get me to pause, hit the brakes, and maybe go to the sideline. So we'll see. This doesn't guarantee that they're selling. They, in fact, it actually it could have already been sold. I mean, we don't know. That could have been what, you know what? That actually could have been what caused this yesterday. After all this positive action, I mean, we got a spike in volume and the big red candle that basically gave back this whole day and came down into the consolidation. So we don't know for sure, but you can kind of just speculate. I'm just letting you know to be aware of it. So if we were to see a sell off spark, that could be the reason. That could be the catalyst. Hopefully that's not the case, but just wanted to get it out there for you. And that's pretty much it for now. Like I always say, know your targets and be smart about having a positive risk reward ratio, 2 to 1 or better on any investment you put your money into. All right, I'll catch you on the next video.